Okay, so they finally said it, y'all. They finally said it. We have to move past GDP.
Oh, Amelia.
We have to move past GDP as like a world. So let me just make sure I'm quoting this correctly. At a recent world conference, UN Secretary General António Guterres said, "We must place true value on the environment and go beyond gross domestic product as a measure of human progress and well-being." It's so simple. It's so simple. If we only value money over actually being able to breathe, then like, what are we doing? This comes in tandem with the Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney's recent speech about how there's a changing world order and how the quote unquote smaller countries need to place more value over really basic things like human rights and sovereignty, and not just always have to bend at the whim of historically major players, the Americas, the Chinas. And I think a lot of that comes from decoupling our understanding of, if you have more money, you have more respect, authority, positioning in the world. The world is just naturally very, very harmonious. The way the life cycles and the plants and the ecosystems all come together and are always able to rebuild itself, build up, bring it down as necessary. Capitalism is to take and use, and really not give anything back just for the sake of taking, literally for the sake of taking. And that's ridiculous. So some of the, actual world leaders are looking for new ways to define and measure like economic success. They want to combine equity with well-being and sustainability, which sounds great to me. I love being able to breathe. To me, that really sounds like we are just going to actually take care into account for the first time ever, probably. We are in a care economy. Oh, what's that? New Care just dropped. Bullish on Care Bears. And really, these new measures may come sooner than any of us may think or really believe is possible. It's just so necessary. The AI bubble is going to be the last straw. Once that joint pops, it's AGI. First off, is way far ahead, way far away than what we probably thought a couple years ago. That's crazy, a couple years ago. But when the bubble bursts, it's going to be a disaster. I was trying to think of something that's like witty and crazy, but it's just going to be a disaster. It's not going to be good. But one thing that I have learned since leaving the US is that I'm not nearly as doom and gloom as I thought have been the last decade. Since that fateful, legendary Summer 16. Oh, Summer 16, before everything went to hell. You had to be there. So because of that, I put together 3 simple assets we're going to invest in to hedge against the volatility of the capitalism stock. By the dip. And while I'm reading these off, I'm going to be doing some of my partner suggestions for some astrosomatic practices for the week, which you can learn more info about at her Substack newsletter link below. Okay, number 1, figuring out what is valuable to you. This includes what you enjoy, especially in the downtime where you aren't in a constant growth mindset and just trying to produce and on a daily grind, hustle. It's really something I've been trying to figure out myself, trying to get out of that hustle mentality. That's really been a big focus for me the last few months. It's just really invaluable, something that I never thought that I would be able or get to experience, especially given the sort of survival mindset that I've been in or was in for the longest time. Crazy routine. When I look back on it now, values are something that I've never really gave much thought to or really tried to figure out myself outside of what is literally valuable, what is worth my time in a financial sense, but actually giving more time to doing things that make me happy and make me feel good. That's so different. That's so necessary. It's just underrated, and it's not emphasized enough in our current society and we're always saying what you can produce, you go up to someone and the first point of conversation is, what do you do for a living? What do you do for work? As a measure of how much should I respect you, even when, if I'm telling you about like a project I'm just working on for my own well-being, it's okay, yeah, that's cool, but like, what are you doing to continue pushing the capitalist agenda? Figure out what's valuable in your life. Figure out what you need to live longer and feel better and eat healthier, exercising more, like what I'm trying to do now. Number 2 is being mentally rich. And mindfulness is going to be priceless. Hold up, let me just put my foot in this bucket that I had to clean extensively before using for a saltwater foot bath, because I don't have anything foot bathy right now. Every few years, mindfulness runs in this cycle of whatever is the modern presentation, new way of being more mindful. And hold on, maybe I should. But every few years, it kind of takes on a new form. I remember when lockdown first started that mindfulness had really made a big return in the cultural zeitgeist, and we all needed it. Lots of push for meditation, yoga, Pilates. Everything started coming into consciousness. But as soon as lockdown started lifting and we started getting right back into the flow of things, it kind of went away, and it kind of goes away. And I don't know if it's really come back as being like pushed at all. You know, we're pushing people back into the office and not pushing people towards actually taking care of themselves. We're like, well, we've been there, done that. Well, now I need to make money. And I've been trying to figure out what is more valuable, what comes after money. And I think that's in the same sense of what that UN group is trying to define and figure out right now is that same question. What replaces money? Because I'm trying to get into my own headspace of, you know, money isn't the root of all evil. It's not like money itself, but it's the value, what it represents. We are valuing a dollar more than we're valuing a life, more than we're valuing nature, more than we're valuing our own well-being. So that's just the core of what we have to figure out, how to put a price on something that's priceless, something that's not like just a tangible here object. Maybe there is a way to do that. I'm still muling through it myself. I don't know if that's the word, but just thinking hard on it and been trying to figure that out. Yeah, I know it'll come. I know it will. So like just like a quick pause for a quick breathing exercise. We could do it together even. We're gonna do a 4 count in, hold for a couple seconds, and exhale slow for a 6 count. So breathe in. Hold. And breathe out. One more time, breathe in. Hold. And breathe out. I feel like even that, like just a quick reset, just kind of helps. So number 3, connection is king. Community, helping others is a core responsibility of being a human. And that's the true measure of having a soul. It's just to find actually the connection between the way that you treat yourself, the connection that you have between your mind, body, and spirit is going to transfer over to overall humanity. Like it's gonna permeate the world. What you give to yourself, what you put into yourself, is always going to come back out. Community and social support, it's what it's all about. I'd like to get myself into a better position to be able to help others around me. I want to be able to not have to worry about finances and literally just finances, so then I can like pour more of myself back into the community I have around me, to be able to get out more into the surrounding area and learn more about where I can help and where I fit in, like on a small scale, even just to start. And then we could talk about how to change the world. I'm always thinking so big. I'm always thinking maybe I'll never say too big, but for the steps that it takes to get to the bigger vision of the more harmonious, more peaceful environment where there doesn't have to be the issues that we are constantly having to figure out over and over again. Why are there billionaires when people are hungry? Why do we keep funneling money up to 3, 4, 5 people? It doesn't make any sense. Like, what do you even do with all that? Every time they conceptualize how much money a billion is, a trillion is, it's like, bro, like no one should be struggling. No one has to struggle. But we have these caste systems, just like this perpetual ranking of society, and somebody has to be at the bottom in order for me to feel better. Doing more to reach out and make sure that the people around you are good is going to take more precedent, especially as things continue to get hotter and space continues to be taken back by the earth. It's just some things to think about as we proceed to figure things out again. It's really just simple as that. We're taught that peace, calm, happiness is more complex than figuring out what's going on with you and having that correct balance and alignment with everything in and around you. But probably if more people had time to be more balanced, then there would just be no reason to exploit people and as a means for the endless production, profit, growth, margins, fund wars, genocides, and just, keep harboring division between people. So, yeah. I think that's all for today. If you have a 4, 5, 6, 7 to add to this list, definitely drop it down in the comments below. Like, subscribe. If you enjoyed, I'm gonna be having more sit downs and thoughts and musings, and as I try to continue my own personal growth journey and find out more about what I can give to the earth, what I can give to make this life like worth living. So yeah, catch you in the next one.